speaking of the action set pieces, we're dealing with characters, non-human characters of different shapes and sizes and limb sizes, but in often cases in like real practical sets in Austin.
Right.
So what's the most challenging like sequence to bring to life?
You know, I think the most challenging sequence to bring to life was probably the ambush alley fight. It's one of the sequences you saw with where Romo jumps down. They first are with Ito and then Nisiana, because Nisiana and Romo are both live action elements that we enhance their bodies through CGI. Alita, of course, is completely CGI. We're locked into the confines and the logistics of a live action set, and making that work and having all of those different elements blend seamlessly from a single scene standpoint was probably the most challenging.
Yeah, like the motorball sequence, right? It's got all these crazy characters that a lot of them are pulled straight from the manga. And some of them look really cool in the manga, but once you try to move them, they just don't work. So it's always a challenge to take that design and put it into an animation and a motion that you can actually work with, and that you can get a cool design or cool poses, so that you can feel the same thing, but actually have it work. And we went into a lot of detail with a lot of our characters, wheel sizes, moving them around, allowing them to have head movement, because we actually performance captured all of the motorballers on stage at the starting line and all those locations doing all their motions. Now, some of them did things they couldn't do. Like Stinger was scratching his nose, but his arms are giant blades with chainsaws, right? So if we put that scene in, he'd gash his face out. We can't do things like that. But just getting the little extra motion you get from all those characters onto the CG characters just helps to bring all of those to life.
Well, the different sizes is an important consideration, because for actors, like, we work with actors as much as possible because you want to get the drama, but eyeline is the critical thing, and when they're different sizes, it's always hard to get the right eyeline. So, like if we had scenes between like Rosa and Jackie, they would be like on, he'd be looking at the floor and she'd be looking up at a stick above him. But then we'd also do a bit where they could just play the scenes off of each other, so understand what the drama is. And then you take all those pieces and you put them together, and you try to craft the performance from all those aspects that work, because you might get something different when they're playing against each other versus the bit that they're doing each on their own. And you have to understand, is it in the way the dialogue is delivered, or is it the tilt of the head that's reacting to a certain beat? And those are the things that when you're making the character, you have to kind of synthesize into making the performance be something that suits what you're seeing on screen.
There's a lot of great characters in this film, and some of them are big cyborg characters with a lot of weight. And for example, Jackie plays Grishka, who's a 10-foot tall mech, and Jackie is closer to 5 feet. So when we're taking that performance, we've got to make sure we're breathing, physics and weight into that character. So a performance like that needs to be augmented in order to put weight into it. So you could, you could take a performance, just slow it down, but that's actually not how weight works on something like that. You've got to adjust all the, all the returns of, the arms swinging, and make it all feel physically correct. So we put, and that would be just for drama stuff. As you get into action scenes, we end up doing keyframe performances as well, and pulling cool lines of action and poses and strong silhouettes into the characters, and just kind of amping everything up in order to kind of make it look all that much more beautiful.